Liverpool to meet with £86 million Stars agent as alternative to Isak, player very close to leaving European giants. Mark Guehi sends cheeky 5-word message after Liverpool transfer update. Eddie Howe offers update on Alexander Isak transfer with a regrettable admission. A very warm welcome, Reds fans. Check out the latest updates from the greatest club in the world. Liverpool is already considering alternatives to strengthen its attack, and one of the names gaining momentum is Rodrigo Goes, the Brazilian forward from Real Madrid. According to journalist Jorge Nicola, the English club is expected to meet with the player's agent once he arrives in the UK. Manchester City also plans to speak with the same representative, although any deal would depend on specific changes within Pep Guardiola's squad. Liverpool remains interested in Alexander Isak, but the negotiation is difficult since Newcastle has not found a replacement, and both the club and the player reinforce his continuity. As for Rodrigo, Guardiola's interest would only turn into an official bid if Savingo were to leave Manchester City, something unlikely this summer as Tottenham has no intention of moving for the Brazilian. Liverpool's situation, however, is different. After losing Darwin Núñez to Al Hilal and Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich, along with the tragic death of Diogo Jota, manager Arne Slot publicly admitted that the squad urgently needs reinforcements in attack. For the coach, the arrival of a fast, decisive forward is crucial to keeping the team competitive. Rodrigo fits perfectly into that profile. A specialist on the left wing, he could provide Liverpool not only with squad depth, but also with greater attacking firepower. Unlike trying to adapt Alexander Isak or Hugo Ekitike to wide roles, the Brazilian would be a natural solution to the void left by recent departures. Moreover, he could prove to be a relatively more affordable option compared to other market alternatives. At Real Madrid, Rodrigo's situation is far from comfortable. He has not started any of the last 6 matches and did not play a single minute in the La Liga opener against Osasuna, remaining an unused substitute. Although Xabi Alonso has reiterated that he counts on the Brazilian, his lack of playing time is raising questions about his future. With the chance to become a key player at Liverpool, Rodrigo now faces an important decision. Remain at the Santiago Bernabeu, fighting for space in a star-studded squad, or embrace the opportunity to become a protagonist at Anfield. Rodrigo Goes is currently at a crossroads at Real Madrid. After being left out against Osasuna, there is growing belief that a departure this window is possible. The Spanish club does not intend to force him out, but is unlikely to stand in his way if he requests a move. In this scenario, Liverpool is closely monitoring developments, seeing in the Brazilian a chance to strengthen their attack and bolster Arne Slot's rebuilding project. Mark Guehi remains at the center of transfer speculation as the window enters its final stretch. The Crystal Palace defender featured in the 1-0 victory over Fredrikstad in the Europa Conference League, but did little to silence the rumors of his exit. With just over a week left in the market, Palace chairman Steve Parish admitted the situation is delicate and could lead to a sale if the player refuses to sign a new deal. The club has set a $60 million price tag for the defender, while Liverpool, one of the main suitors, values him closer to $47 million, given that he has only 12 months remaining on his contract. For Parish, Guehi's stay depends essentially on accepting new contract terms. Otherwise, a transfer may be inevitable. Despite the uncertainty, Guehi remains a key figure for Palace. In the Premier League opener, he started in the draw against Chelsea, his former club, and days later helped secure a European victory in the Eagles' continental debut. After the Fredrikstad match, he caught attention when, smiling ironically at Channel 5 cameras, he jokingly said, "There are other players, you know," suggesting the spotlight should not focus solely on him amid the ongoing speculation. Since 2021, Mark Guehi has established himself as a defensive leader at Crystal Palace, with over 158 appearances and achievements, such as the FA Cup and the Community Shield. His potential departure is seen as a significant loss, and Liverpool is monitoring the defender as a potential long-term successor to Virgil van Dijk, increasing the pressure for a decision as the transfer window nears its end. Inside Palace, however, opinions are divided. While Chairman Steve Parish admits he may have no choice but to authorize the transfer, coach Oliver Glasner insists the defender needs to stay. After the European match, the Austrian even joked that he might have to lace up his own boots if Guehi left, given the shortage of center-backs in the squad. Glasner was blunt in his criticism. "We are very late in finding replacements. This is not the best way to start the season. I think we could have handled things much better. We are below the limit." In a warning tone, he added, "If Guehi leaves, maybe I'll have to play myself. We need to act. This is the future of Crystal Palace, and we must strengthen our numbers." Mark Guehi's future, therefore, remains unresolved. Between the club's financial needs, Liverpool's interest, and the manager's determination to keep him, the 24-year-old defender finds himself at the heart of a saga that promises to dominate the final days of the transfer window. Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe has confirmed that Alexander Isak will not be part of the squad for the upcoming match against Liverpool on Monday, as the Swedish striker is still awaiting a potential transfer to Anfield. Howe stated, "It seems the saga is coming to an end, or will end very quickly," acknowledging the tensions surrounding the negotiation. Liverpool has already had a bid rejected, while Newcastle continues to struggle to find a suitable replacement. The club needs to act in the best interest of Newcastle United, Howe said during a press conference in the Northeast, adding, "It will do so in all situations." Earlier this week, Isak publicly accused Newcastle of breaking promises made to him before the European summer, in an apparent attempt to accelerate his exit with less than 2 weeks remaining in the transfer window. Howe commented on the player's statement, "It was a sad moment. I prefer these things not to happen publicly. It's better to handle them behind closed doors." The manager emphasized that despite the public statements, the player remains under contract. "He is our player. My wish is for him to play with us on Monday. He will not, and that is regrettable at this time, but certainly I want him back in the Newcastle shirt." Howe acknowledged the complexity of the situation. "It is disappointing to have to mention this at length, taking us away from football. The players did well to ignore everything, but it is there in the background, and it is regrettable that we are in this situation." Howe also confirmed that he spoke with Isak before the European summer after the striker suggested promises had been broken, but he refused to reveal details. "There are always two sides to a story. We'll see where we are in a week. I hope to work with him again." Sources indicate that Liverpool is ready to return with an improved offer in the range of £120 to £130 million, although Newcastle remains reluctant to sell. Despite the Magpies' public stance, the situation is increasingly tense behind the scenes, according to Team Talk, and the player's recent statement appears to have increased the pressure. Isak said on social media, "The reality is that promises were made and the club has known my position for a long time. Acting now as if these issues are only just arising is misleading. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship cannot continue." Isak's statement reveals a breach of trust and an intention to leave, making the negotiation with Liverpool a pivotal moment. Two factors are crucial: Newcastle's asking price, around £150 million, and securing a suitable replacement. With less than 2 weeks remaining in the window, Liverpool's next move is vital. For the fans, signing Isak represents ambition and a major reinforcement, as his style and performance fit perfectly into Arne Slot's attack. If the deal is closed at around £125 million, it would be a significant investment, but in line with the current market and the player's potential. The main challenge remains time. With the window closing and Newcastle still without a replacement, Liverpool must act decisively. Securing Isak could allow Slot not only to defend the title, but also to shape the team's offensive future. Thank you very much for watching until the end. See you next time.